messages. Before we dive into today's reading, I just wanted to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude and offer a sincere apology. Over the last few months, I've been focusing on my health and healing. I've not been very well at all, and it did mean that I had to step away from creating content. I'm happy to share that I'm feeling much better, and I'm really excited to bring you new messages to enjoy. Um, Thank you to all of my wonderful subscribers for your patience and unwavering support. It has meant the world to me. So let's get into your reading. Hi, Leo. This is your June 2025 reading. So, as always, if nothing resonates for this, please check your other placements where you're likely to find a message there. So, let's get into this. If you do like your reading today, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. Ah, Spirit, what's going on? We don't want all of these cards. Can't read all of them. One more, please, Spirit. Give me two. I'll take the two. Okay. So, Four of Autumn then, to start with. So, manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money, help out those who are less fortunate. So, the Four of Autumn is like the Four of Pentacles, very much a case of you holding on to something there, whether it is money, whether it is stability, I say stability, a person, it could be behaviors that you're holding on to, very much keeping a hold onto things tightly. Um, it does suggest to me that there might be things that you're holding on to that you probably shouldn't be holding on to and that you might have to release. And let's get some clarification on that Four of Autumn. Spirit, please clarify the Four of Autumn. Okay. So we have a Two of Stones in the reverse. So it does suggest to me that you may have been juggling a few things and potentially it didn't work out. When the Two of Stones is in the reverse, it's overbalanced. So maybe you were juggling too much work. It's like if you have a home life, work life balance, maybe if you do too much work, it throws it out of balance, and it could make you fall. It could also be juggling people, and it just suggests that there's been some sort of juggling that's happened here, and it's kind of fallen down a bit. You've not been successful with multitasking here. So whether that's multitasking people, jobs, I'm not sure, but it does look as though you're trying to grasp onto it. So whatever it is that you were multitasking that's not really working out for you, it does suggest to me that you're trying to hold on to it still. So even though if it's not working out and it's not actually beneficial for you, you're still trying to hold on tight. We do have a Hermit card, so possibly you could be holding on to a Virgo or the Hermit. It could be that you may have juggled a Virgo potentially. Now, it could even be that part of what you have been juggling is your emotions, and maybe you've not been very successful in balancing out your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions. There could be certain things that you haven't healed from yet. The Hermit is very much a card of solitude, learning things about yourself, and then like the wise old hermit, they know a lot of stuff. They've got a lot of wisdom, and it's suggesting to me that potentially if things did fall apart, you might now be on your own trying to learn from that as well. We do have the moon card, so it is suggesting to me that things are not cleared for you just yet. There is certain things that are still hidden from you. So whether that's because you haven't done enough of a deep dive within yourself in that hermit, or it could even be that you're holding on to something, but you don't know whether or not you could be, or you don't know what the outcome's going to be. The moon can also signify some fears in there too. So maybe you're scared of releasing something. Maybe you're scared to investigate information about yourself. And we do have the Hierophant here too. Now, the Hierophant is, it can be a lot of faith about yourself. It can also represent a higher level of commitment. So, I mean, it could, for instance, be that maybe you've juggled a few things and it's causing you to question your commitment to something, but you're holding on to it tightly because you don't know whether or not you should. Um, I mean, it could very well be that maybe you're holding on to a particular relationship or situation because you're scared of letting it go. Now, in your challenge, we have a five of spring. So opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. So there's a lot of competition here um, in your challenges. Now, that competition could be all within yourself, but it does suggest to me that it's more with others. If you're holding on to people, for instance, there could be a lot of competition with regards to that. If you've been juggling people, again, there could be competition within that. It could just be that you're competing with yourself and you don't realize that you're only competing with yourself. There could be a number of things going on here. Let's get some clarification of this five of spring. Definitely a lot of competition. So we've got an ace of clouds. So suggesting to me that there is some sort of truth that potentially needs to be learnt, um, or some sort of message that needs to be conveyed, whether that is you learning some information about yourself, whether it is you find or learning about a different opinion. Um, it is going to cause you some sort of, I want to say it's a bit of a challenge to learn. We've got a Princess of Stones. So now this could be something, again, it's about learning. The Princess of Stones is very much a card of learning. Uh, it's, but it can be learning new skills. I say it can be, it is learning new skills. It can be a person, like a new relationship, friendship, potentially. So maybe you're receiving a message from a friend. Um, if it is, that could potentially be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. A Hierophant is Taurus as well. Um, and it could be that they've got a bit of a message to tell you. Now, it might not be. It could just simply be that you're learning something that you need to develop skills in, or maybe you're learning something and you're being told that you need to develop skills, or maybe you're learning some skills and it's teaching you about something within yourself. We do have a seven of clouds here. So, very much trying to walk away from conflict. So, to me, it looks as though you're going to be finding something out that is going to cause you some sort of internal conflict. And potentially, you need to learn the skills in order to walk away from that conflict, or you may feel like you're not skilled enough to take it on, or you need to learn something new, but instead, you're just going to walk away from it instead. Um, it could be that you're just releasing some conflict, which I'll be honest, if you're holding on to something here, maybe you're in conflict with whatever it is that you're holding on to, and you're going to be learning some potential skills in order to release it so that you can let go of that competing kind of conflict. Now, the internal conflict, I said the internal, it's likely to be internal because I keep coming back to internal conflict. So it could just be very much of you learning something about what you want and about what it is that you want to hold on to. So where we've got this moon card and it's about fears and things that are hidden from you, it could be that you're finally gaining clarity on that. And it's helping you move forward because you're gaining the skills to move forward on that. So you can then move forward out of conflict itself and any competition. The Seven of Clouds is very much people that it's like lying, stabbing in the back kind of things. So it could be that you're finding out about lies and betrayals that somebody's done, and moving away from that conflict. It can also be trying to get away with something, you know, but it's like, have you learnt the skills to get away with something? I don't think that's what it's saying. I think it's very much trying to say that, the conflict that you're having is potentially that there's been some lies there, and actually you need to gain the skills to open up. If it's not about lying, it could just simply be things that you've not been open and honest about something. Maybe you've kept certain things in the dark. Maybe you've kept certain things to yourself that you shouldn't have kept to yourself. Um, it's kind of like sneaky manipulative behavior, but sometimes it doesn't mean to have been sneaky and manipulative. Sometimes it was, meant as a type of protection. But where the differing in opinions comes in is that the other person doesn't think it's, you know, protecting them. You might feel like it's protecting them, but they actually think, no, you're just trying to save your own skin. Now, it could be that somebody's done that to you. It could be that you've done that to someone else. But it does suggest to me that there's a conflict around some sort of truth. And somebody feels like they could potentially be being lied to, and that there's certain skills that need to be learned in order to communicate better. Now, we have a four of summer and we have a three of winter as the outcome. So, the four of summer then being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity, taking someone or something for granted, content with life. And then the three of winter, reach out to others for comfort and love. You'll grow stronger from this situation. Sadness that will heal with time. So very much it's like looking at something as in the grass will be greener from the other side, and then actually you're now in heartbreak. Um, whatever it is, you're not happy with the situation that you're currently in. You pretend, or is the outcome, you're not happy with the outcome. You're going to feel a bit heartbroken on the outcome. So maybe whatever you're holding on to, you potentially have to let go, but you don't want to, and it's going to cause you some pain. Um, let's put some clarification on that. Okay, so we've got a two of waves in the reverse. So it's just suggests to me that some sort of there's discontent in a relationship. And again, that kind of goes together with, being discontent in how things are going at the moment, not seeing eye to eye. Again, it goes with that conflict. So potentially walking away from conflict, possibly walking away from a relationship. Maybe either you or them have been taken for granted, and you feel quite upset about it, to be honest. But it's very much walking away, not being in a happy union at this point in time. We have a nine of stones in the reverse as well. So now that does suggest to me that there could be some wild behavior going on. The nine of stones very much somebody that is a bit of a spendthrift. Um, they're very good at making money. They're very good at making their job, but they don't hold on to it. They're not very stable. They don't necessarily like being on their own as well. In the upright, it's somebody that's very independent. In the reverse, it's somebody that's actually quite dependent on other people. And then we have a wheel. Now, it is an upward turn of the wheel, so it is good fortune. It is something where a cycle is being learnt, lessons being learnt. So, potentially, whatever this is, whatever coming out of this conflict is, whatever this is that you're learning and your challenge, is going to help you close out a cycle. And then, now, it might be something where you're going to be a little bit upset and a little bit not happy with the situation you're in, but it does look as though it is going to bring you good fortune. So let's get you some advice because I don't like it when readings end with pain. Well, I'm not laughing. It's not a nice ending, is it? I know the wheel's quite an optimistic one when it's in the upright and it shows a good fortune and turn of events, but what can we advise you to help help with the outcome? Spirit, can we get some advice, please, for Leo? I mean, the heartbreak could have something completely different to do with all of this. It just suggests that there will be heartbreak at the end of the month or the end of this for you. So we've got, okay, so Three of Cups. So, you know, make sure that you're surrounded by people, socialize. Um, Page of Pentacles, learning some new skills. And then we've got a Queen of Cups in the reverse. So try not to get too overwhelmed and not take people for granted and not let other people take you for granted, which we saw there with that Four of Summer. Taking people for granted or being taken for granted. It's very much if you're out and about with other people, when you're socializing with people, you know, make sure that you've got the skills of discernment to make sure that you're not getting taken advantage of, but also make sure that you've learned the right lessons and you've got the right skills to not take advantage of other people. All right, let's get you a Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. Okay, so we've got childlike devotion. You are a multi-talented, complex being. Embrace and love who you are. So very much make sure that you've got some self-love going on there, especially during any period of heartbreak. Make sure that you are loving yourself. And then we've got seeing both sides. Take a step back and try looking at this from a different perspective. So potentially getting out of this conflict could be something where you actually need to take a step back, look at it from the other person's perspective, and see it from basically literally see it from their perspective and see where they're coming from. Having that empathy and understanding that your opinion isn't the only opinion, and appreciating that, and then hopefully you might be able to see it from another point of view, um, and it might help you heal things as well. So I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Leo. I'm sorry it wasn't better, but on the upside, you have got this turn. Like I say, the Wheel of Fortune is in the upright, so there is good fortune coming in. You are in an upright turn of the wheel, which is going to be luck and prosperity. Now, it could even signify a move as well. So maybe you're going to be moving, um, but it's going to be a move for the better. So, yes, there's going to be a little bit of pain, a little bit of heartbreak there, potentially, but make sure that you're reaching out to others for that comfort and love. Um, and it will get better. And you have got an upwards turn coming, so it will improve for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Good luck for June, and thank you for joining me.